The great YouTube exodus is coming, leaving just AI junk and Mr. Beast to reign supreme. This is a new report from Business Insider about the level of burnout and frustration some of the platform's creators have had over the years. Certainly, as somebody who worked a full-time job, up until mostly only recently, I find the YouTube grind a different kind of grind. Now, it's better in many ways than, going into the office every day, but there are definitely drawbacks. Now, I'm not going to be one of those idiot streamers who says it's harder than anything else, but there are aspects to the stress level of, especially when you're not making videos that are brand friendly, brand approved. We're getting into this full story after a super quick word from this video sponsor. Data brokers sell your information to scammers, spammers, and anyone else who may want to target you. Your full name, email, home address, health records, your relatives, it's all out there. That's why I've been using Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura shows me which data brokers are selling my information and automatically submits opt-out requests for me. In fact, I just set it up and they've already submitted 13 different successful removals from a wide variety of spaces that I'm curious how they even got my information in the first place. Cleaning up my information not only helps reduce the amount of spam I get, but it protects me from hackers who could use this information to help them access my social media accounts, bank accounts, or other sensitive information. Aura also does so much more to protect me and my family from online threats I can't see. I get other features like antivirus, VPN, password management, parental controls, identity theft insurance, and more without having to download several different apps. It really is easy to set up. It took me just a few minutes, and I got everything at an affordable price. You may already have one or two of these tools already, but not having Aura is like locking the front door and leaving the back door wide open. Aura is always on, doing hard work of keeping me safe so I can focus on other tasks with peace of mind. I've only had it running for a day now, and I already feel much better about what data is out there. Stop data brokers from exposing your personal information. Go to my sponsor, Aura.com/thequarter, and get a 14-day free trial and see just how much of your information is being sold. I couldn't recommend this more highly. Check it out. This article I thought was interesting. When MatPat announced that he would leave his renowned YouTube channel, The Game Theorist. By the way, I've never even seen one of his videos. That's the funny thing. You know how many people I talk to that have never seen a Mr. Beast video? The only Mr. Beast video I've ever seen is like parts of the Squid Games video, which was like a cultural phenomenon. I've never really seen any other of his videos. So there are lots of people out there that have never watched Mr. Beast, that have never watched MatPat, but this is mainstream media. So, of course. He also had a prediction that 2024 will be the year we see a mass exodus from the platform. Quote, I think this will be the year that there's going to be a lot more of these. He said farewell videos like his own. I think the dam is going to burst in a lot of ways. By the way, this is a YouTuber who is worth many, many, many millions of dollars and has sold out his company to a big brand. It's really easy to retire when somebody hands you a $10 million check. Now, I don't know if it was $10 million, but you get what I'm saying. YouTubers retiring is nothing new. The last few years have seen the exit of many beloved creators, including Jenna Marbles, Tyler Oakley, and Tanya Burr. Again, never seen any of these people's videos. Some due to criticism, others due to declining views. Others like Zoe Sugg, Lily Singh, I haven't heard her name in a long time, Corpse Husband have scaled back their content massively, focusing more on their pursuits such as comedy, business, and music. I think all of them, other than Corpse Husband, have failed. Again, never heard a Corpse Husband song. All I know is he was some dude that played Among Us. This current wave of departures feels different and may be the tipping point for a whole new era of YouTube. One where Mr. Beast reigns supreme and small creators struggle to compete for views against his extremely expensive cinematic stunts, and where AI-generated content thrives. Now, I don't care. I've been competing against Mr. Beast since the day I was on this platform. Well, not technically. He's only been around for a few years. There's plenty of views to go around. There's a lot of people that will watch videos that don't give a damn about Mr. Beast. There's also people that watch my videos and his videos, okay? I don't view having a very large creator on the platform as a negative thing. Before Mr. Beast, it was PewDiePie. How will anyone compete with PewDiePie? Bro, you can make a pretty nice living even with just a couple 100,000 subscribers. If they support you, maybe they buy your coffee, maybe they they super chat you. You don't need 10 million subscribers to scrape by on YouTube. There are YouTubers that are paying their bills with, 30, 40, 50,000 subscribers if they're really active and they're really generous or something like that, right? So just because PewDiePie exists, just because MrBeast exists, does not mean creators can't forge their own way. But the bigger part here is the AI-generated stuff. It's unclear how quickly AI-generated content has grown on YouTube, but one recent investigation by Wired found that some channels with such content that appear to be targeting kids. In September, the BBC also found children's YouTube channels that were labeling AI-generated false scientific information as, quote, educational content. The problem is already so widespread that YouTube is bringing in new politics to address the issue. In October last year, for example, the platform said it would require creators to disclose if they had used AI technology in their videos. I have not seen that. I've not seen that roll out, although I don't use AI. But I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Talking head pundits that talk about, other people's articles, me, guys like Tim Pool, all this is, we'll rely on our personality and our connection with our viewers to maintain ourselves on this platform. But I don't think there's a great opportunity coming up behind us. I think it will be done by AI. Be AI and what are those things? VTuber things? There'll be some VTuber waifu reading these articles and it'll be completely AI generated and no one will care because it's that good. And her jiggle physics is that great. Or his. I mean, I 100% know that my job will be negatively, greatly impacted by AI. I'm at the end, I'm sunsetting, right? I've got a couple more years of YouTube perhaps, or Rumble or whatever, content creation. I've already long outlasted the average, lifespan of a content creator on the platform. MrBeast, meanwhile, continues to dominate, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. MrBeast is a red herring. Experts believe that if the trend continues, it may usher in a future where relatable and authentic friends people used to turn to the platform to watch are fewer and far between, instead replaced by a mixture of exceedingly high-end videos only the MrBeast of the internet can reach and subpar AI junk thrown together by bots and designed to meet the consumption habits with the least possible effort. Matthew Patrick, better known as MatPat, to his millions of fans, look back on a different generation of YouTube stars and how they became the level of traditional celebrities when he announced his departure in January. Back in 2010s, YouTuber was a novel career title, and creators built strong connections with their fans as more relatable, approachable celebrities that they could actually interact with, he said. Patrick said many of those creators who cemented being a YouTuber as a career in the early days have started to phase out, citing their age, burnout, increasing pressures, and difficulties they face due to the platform's ever-changing algorithm and policies. That I would agree with. For Patrick, it was a mixture of the timing being right and the fact that he cashed a huge check. Let's be honest. MatPat is not your regular YouTuber anymore. He used to be. But now he runs, content creation company. He cashed out. He's not exactly the same guy he was in the beginning, grinding, working for views. This gave them the opportunity to step back after, they sold their company, Theory Media, to a startup. This gave them the opportunity to step back from the limelight and take a more operational position. Because they got a huge check, obviously. Patrick was not alone in making the decision to scale back. In his final video, he said that YouTube was still his dream job, but that it keeps getting bigger and more complicated, and he's very tired. Speaking with The Guardian, he said that he'd seen many of his peers reducing how much time they were dedicating to YouTube. Well, yeah, if you're a multimillionaire, you can do that. If you're trying to pay the bills, you're still on that content treadmill. Everyone I know is noticing their views slowly falling. Well, that's true. And therefore, their ad revenue is reducing. Also true. He said, adding it's going to be a difficult few years on the platform. YouTube can be frustrating platform creators. Zoe Glatt, a digital ethnographer, a job that didn't even exist before, and feminist media scholar, okay, so two jobs that don't need to exist, told Business Insider she thinks a number of high-profile OG YouTubers leaving has to do with already existing problems, being with a content creator being exacerbated in recent years. Content creation has always been precarious, she said, fraught with uncertainty and burnout, caused by how unpredictable it is to build a career on the platform that is constantly changing, that has an opaque algorithmic system and unreliable monetization mechanisms. Dang, that's actually correct. I support what she said. Even her education is a joke. Despite being generally considered one of the top social media platforms for creator compensation, YouTube has struggled in the past with combating hate speech and conspiracy theories. That's not why creators are leaving. Glad said a few elite creators have managed to navigate all the changes and cultivate their presence for 10 years or more. And that's why some of the recent departures have been so shocking. But when we look at the longer trajectory, it becomes clear that the shift has been coming. Since TikTok got very popular in 2018, other platforms have been playing catch up in the game of short form content. There have been many complaints among creators about YouTube's prioritization of shorts. For example, over longer videos, she added, that's true. When YouTube prioritizes one metric or type of content over another, she said, this sends ripples across the platform ecosystem, upending previously successful creators and their entire genres. Also true. The result is that even long-standing creators with large followings don't feel like the work they're putting into their channels is paying off, leading them to pivot or even give up altogether. Oh, okay. I 100% agree with everything she said here. The creators who have left recently have seen this process happen time and time again, and for one reason or another, they're gone. Yeah, I mean, the AI stuff, though, is probably more concerning. Advances in AI-generated content may also be making more YouTubers question their future. It's streamlining the editing process, and more accounts are springing up all over social media that regurgitate other content and gain millions of views. It's a vastly different landscape to the days when YouTubers had to work tirelessly as their own talent, editors, graphic designers, and social media managers, and everything else. Many still do, but they're up against a different beast now. Some popular accounts across social media now, for example, are Wikipedia summarizer accounts that mostly use AI-generated content and are set up by people with a bit of spare time. I've seen a few cheap 5-second videos of just an AI voice reading a summary of a movie. There's an immediate quality disparity between the automated and human creator content. I'm guilty. Sometimes I get absorbed into a reel and I'm like, wait, what does this robot voice say about this movie? People are getting slowly kind of fed and normalized to AI content. That's for sure. Especially in short form. It's obviously much easier to convince somebody. Old YouTube may not be dead. YouTubers have quit and returned multiple times before. There's still communities that continue to thrive, such as gaming, podcasts, and commentary. Shout out. But it certainly looks different from how it did a decade ago. That's not the concern of people who already closed a chapter. Change is scary. Said she knows she was recently. All YouTubers are likely to face similar crossroads eventually. It's always better to go out on your own terms rather than feeling like you've been forced out. Yeah, I mean, I think there's a point where you're a YouTuber that has 3 million subscribers and you're getting 10,000 views a video. That there's an aspect of that that's pretty humiliating. There's an aspect of that I don't want any part of. And I don't plan on quitting anytime soon. The burnout is real, but the payoff is realer. And the things that I've been able to do and the good things that we've been able to do as a channel always helps offset that. And this is coming from somebody who creates 5 to 7 videos a day, 5 days a week, sometimes 6 days a week, sometimes 6 days a week. I think that platforms like TikTok, obviously, short form content will be the future. There will be a spot for commentators like myself or Tim or whatever, but we'll be like AM radio, right? We'll have our viewers, but the new generation isn't going to want to sit through 12, 13-minute commentary videos. I know this. And I try to plan accordingly. That's why I started a coffee company. That's why I have other things in the works. That's why I have strategic partnerships with brands, things like that. Is it the end of YouTube? It's definitely the end of an era. I'll say that. And the future for a new YouTube is certainly a lot less authentic and a lot more corporatized and manufactured, which is exactly what YouTube wants, because then they don't have to pay creators. They can just pay bots and AI machines to create the content for people, which is what they really want.